Imagine a scenario where you can utilize a laptop, phone, or electric vehicle for an extended period without the need for frequent charging. While this situation may appear reminiscent of a science fiction movie, researchers from the Idaho National Laboratory assert that there is already an abundant supply of nuclear waste in the United States, which could potentially power the entire country for a century. So, what exactly are nuclear diamond batteries? How do they operate? And why is there such widespread discussion surrounding them? Join us today as we delve into the latest news surrounding nuclear diamond batteries and explore how this revolutionary technology has the potential to transform our planet permanently. Batteries play an indispensable role in our society, powering a wide range of devices, including laptops, phones, watches, and drones. With the impending electric vehicle revolution, the battery market is poised for exponential growth. However, batteries have always been plagued by a fundamental challenge: limited lifespan and the inability to retain a charge for more than 24 hours. Even the most advanced lithium-ion batteries suffer from these limitations. Charging an electric vehicle, for instance, can take over an hour, and the driving range is often restricted before range anxiety sets in and necessitates recharging. Furthermore, all batteries have a finite lifespan. The most advanced Tesla battery, for example, is projected to last between 20 to 30 years. However, the battery warranty is only valid for 8 years and covers a 70% charge. This means that Tesla expects the battery to degrade by 30% over the warranty period, resulting in a car that can only retain a 70% charge. If you have ever experienced the frustration of a phone that won't hold a charge, you can understand the inherent limitations of conventional batteries. Utilizing nuclear power to energize our phones, laptops, and cars may initially sound like a radical idea, considering the negative public perception nuclear energy has received in recent decades. However, when we examine the facts objectively, nuclear power emerges as one of the safest forms of energy generation. According to research conducted by the International Energy Agency, various energy sources were compared based on fatalities per unit of energy generated. The study encompassed the entire life cycle of each fuel, from extraction to post-use, and included deaths resulting from accidents as well as long-term exposure to emissions or radiation. Coal was found to be the most hazardous energy source, while nuclear power was identified as the safest. Tesla's CEO Elon Musk has also expressed support for nuclear power. In response to the energy crisis in Europe, he tweeted, "It's extremely obvious that Europe should restart dormant nuclear power plants. Nuclear is vastly better for global warming than burning hydrocarbons." Mark Andreessen, a billionaire investor, has advocated for the construction of 1,000 new state-of-the-art nuclear power plants in the US and Europe, taking a stance contrary to the prevailing mainstream narrative. When considering the statistics, nuclear power emerges as both a safe and clean energy source. Nuclear power plants produce no emissions, and their waste can be recycled and utilized to generate additional power. Once the power output of the waste diminishes, it can be securely stored in iron bunkers. However, with the technological advancements we are discussing today, waste can be transformed into nuclear-powered diamond batteries. The world's first nuclear diamond battery was developed in 2016 by a team of researchers at the University of Bristol, harnessing the beta decay of nuclear waste. When an atomic nucleus contains an excess of particles, some decay occurs to achieve a more stable proton-to-neutron ratio. This process generates beta radiation, which comprises high-speed, high-energy electrons or positrons. Beta particles are produced through nuclear decay, liberating semiconductor electrons and generating an electric current. Purely nuclear batteries are inherently inefficient since the radioactive source rapidly loses power over time. However, researchers have recently overcome this issue by creating radioactive diamonds using radioactive methane, specifically carbon-14 derived from a reactor graphite block. When exposed to beta radiation, these diamonds act as a host for the radioactive atoms, trapping the electrons they produce. This enables the battery to generate electricity for thousands of years without the need for recharging. The first nuclear diamond battery utilized carbon-14, a radioactive isotope of carbon with a half-life of 5,730 years. In theory, this battery can generate electricity for over 28,000 years. The University of Bristol team is not the only one working on this technology. The Idaho National Laboratory is also developing a similar battery using americium-241, an isotope of americium with a half-life of 432 years. The Idaho National Laboratory team claims that their battery will be able to power a laptop for over 12 years and is also working on a larger version capable of supplying enough power to run an electric car for over 10,000 miles. The potential of this technology to mitigate and reverse the effects of global warming is enormous. In the United States alone, the population consumes 3 billion batteries annually to power devices such as radios, toys, cell phones, watches, laptops, and portable power tools. The average person goes through hundreds of batteries in their lifetime. With millions of people worldwide, this leads to a substantial amount of waste that either ends up in landfills or is recycled. Most recycled batteries undergo a high-temperature smelting process similar to those used in mining, which is energy-intensive and emits harmful emissions, ironically contradicting the original purpose of lithium-ion batteries. Moreover, these plants do not recover all valuable battery materials. Many batteries, especially single-use ones, are not recycled and contribute to pollution as they release chemicals into the ground in landfills. If we could power our society with nuclear diamond batteries, we could effectively eliminate these issues associated with conventional batteries. However, it's important to note that, like any new technology, there are pros and cons. The initial cost of the first nuclear diamond battery was reported to be over $100,000. Nevertheless, the University of Bristol team is confident that with the help of Moore's Law, which predicts the reduction in cost and size of technology over time, prices will decrease as the technology advances. Similar to the trajectory of lithium-ion batteries, which have seen a significant price reduction from $1,200 per kilowatt-hour in 2010 to $132 per kilowatt-hour in 2022, nuclear diamond batteries are expected to follow a similar trend. Initially, these batteries could find applications in smaller devices that require less power, such as calculators, watches, or TV remotes. The medical field is another area where nuclear diamond batteries could have a significant impact, particularly in devices like pacemakers, where battery replacement is challenging. A nuclear diamond battery could potentially power a pacemaker for the entire lifetime of the patient. Additionally, these batteries could revolutionize space exploration, enabling long-lasting power for rovers and satellites. The Curiosity rover on Mars, for example, has been powered by a plutonium battery since its landing in 2012, but it will eventually run out of power, rendering the rover inoperable. The future of nuclear diamond batteries is promising, and it is hoped that within a few years, they will power our everyday devices. Imagine a world where you never have to buy batteries again. More importantly, consider the positive impact this technology could have on our environment. Let us know in the comments if you would consider using a nuclear battery or if you still have reservations. Thank you for watching, and if you enjoyed this video, consider subscribing to Car Addiction for more content like this.